At first glance, the Islamic world appears endlessly complex.
It is a dense web of rivalries, Sunni versus Shia, pro-Western versus anti-Western, and monarchies versus Islamism.
With so many actors and overlapping causes, it's hard to see the big picture.
However, this chaos begins to make sense when you identify the center of gravity.
Once you understand where the power to shift balances and change the game comes from, the structure of the Islamic world becomes clear.
Behind the confusion, there are a few major axes determining the direction of the wind. Today, we will break down the logical flow of Middle Eastern conflict by looking at its key leader states. There are about 50 countries globally where Muslims make up more than half the population. They span from North Africa to Southeast Asia and the Sahel. Despite a shared religion, their social structures and political traditions vary wildly. This diversity makes it nearly impossible for a single political order to emerge. Then there is the sectarian divide, Sunni and Shia, a time bomb that often makes unity feel like a distant dream. With different systems, kingdoms, republics, and theocracies, no single nation can lead alone. Instead, leadership is a competition between multiple axes. To understand this order, we must focus on the 5+2 countries. The Big Five: Saudi Arabia, Sunni center; Iran, Shia powerhouse; Türkiye, non-Arab leader; Egypt, traditional power; and the UAE, modern model. The supporting two: Pakistan, the sole nuclear power; and Qatar, the diplomatic mediator. Saudi Arabia, custodian of Mecca and Medina, wields immense religious legitimacy and massive oil money, making it the undisputed heavyweight of the Sunni world. Despite top-tier military hardware, internal challenges persist: a conservative society and single leadership dependency. Iran, heart of the Shia world, developed unique religious authority and a powerful proxy network post-1979 revolution. Sanctions notwithstanding, its asymmetrical power of drones and missiles is formidable, even amidst internal economic discontent. Turkey, leveraging its Ottoman legacy and NATO membership, bridges Europe and the Middle East. Its strengths include a robust defense industry and global soft power via dramas, yet chronic inflation remains its Achilles heel. Egypt, the intellectual and cultural soul of the Arab world, a demographic giant and Suez Canal gateway, sees its influence waned by economic crises and debt. It remains a spiritual leader, but with diminished practical clout. The UAE represents the modern Middle East 2.0. Lacking religious symbolism, it leads through technology, AI, and global investment. It is the Singapore of the Middle East. However, its small citizen population and high reliance on foreign labor limit its long-term strategic depth. Then we have Pakistan, the only Muslim nation with nuclear weapons. Though economically fragile, its military status ensures it cannot be ignored. And Qatar, which uses its soft power and Al Jazeera to punch way above its weight class, acting as a vital mediator between the West and groups like Hamas or the Taliban. In summary, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Türkiye are the three main actors pulling the region in different directions. This is why the Middle East remains unstable. One seeks to protect the Sunni core, another to expand the Shia axis, and the third to revive Ottoman influence. In this tug-of-war, Egypt and the UAE act as pillars supporting the Saudi-led order, functioning as brakes to prevent any one side from overreaching. Meanwhile, Jordan and Oman serve as the essential mediators. When these two names appear in the news, it's usually a signal that a conflict is finally moving toward de-escalation. For any global partner, including South Korea, understanding this 5+2 dynamic is the only way to navigate the region. To work with the Middle East, you must know where the true power lies. The bedrock of Middle Eastern tension is the Saudi-Iranian rivalry. This fierce struggle for regional hegemony fuels proxy wars across Yemen, Syria, and Lebanon, constantly reshaping alliances and challenging stability. Turkey, leveraging its Ottoman heritage and powerful defense industry, projects influence from the Black Sea to North Africa. It balances NATO ties with its distinct, multi-vector foreign policy agenda.
The UAE pioneers a tech-driven future, investing massively in AI, logistics, and green energy. This economic muscle transforms it into a global player, projecting its modern vision and influence across continents.
Egypt, despite internal economic struggles, maintains significant cultural and demographic sway. It acts as a crucial balancer in regional politics, yet its practical power is constrained by domestic challenges. Qatar, punching above its weight, utilizes soft power and Al Jazeera to broker deals others cannot. Its unique diplomatic mediation, even with groups like Hamas or the Taliban, is invaluable for the region. At the heart of the Middle East's instability lies the deeply entrenched rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran. This isn't just about oil or borders. It's a centuries-old theological and geopolitical struggle for regional dominance.
This struggle plays out as proxy conflicts, not direct war. From Yemen to Iraq and Lebanon, each power expands influence through local factions and competing ideologies.
The UAE and Egypt align with Saudi Arabia, viewing Iran's Shia axis as a direct threat to the Sunni order. As strategic partners, they bolster regional stability against perceived Iranian expansionism.
Turkey navigates its own path. Wary of Iranian influence, its distinct ambitions project power through a neo-Ottoman vision, sometimes cooperating, sometimes competing with both blocs. These powerful axes define the region's geopolitical chessboard. Their moves dictate the direction of crises, making the 5+2 framework indispensable for any global partner seeking to engage with the Middle East.
The friction points are clear. Saudi Arabia champions the traditional Sunni order, Iran pushes its revolutionary Shia agenda, and Türkiye seeks to reclaim its historical influence across the region.
This constant tug-of-war fuels intense proxy battles, visible in the protracted conflict zones of Yemen and Libya, where regional powers directly support opposing factions, turning local disputes into broader ideological struggles. In this volatile landscape, Egypt and the UAE often act as crucial stabilizers, aligning to support a more traditional, state-centric order, pushing back against radical elements and maintaining regional balances.
Pakistan's nuclear status ensures its strategic weight acts as a powerful, albeit often silent, counterbalance. Concurrently, Qatar, through unmatched diplomatic channels and its media powerhouse Al Jazeera, proves pivotal in de-escalating crises, bridging divides where others fail.
Understanding these intricate layers of competition, containment, and diplomacy is not just academic. It's essential for predicting future flashpoints and charting paths towards stability in this complex, interconnected region.
What often appears as an impenetrable maze of conflicts in the Islamic world is, in fact, a structured system guided by identifiable forces.
The 5+2 framework is not just an academic model, it's your practical lens to understand regional stability and conflict. By recognizing these true centers of gravity, the complex dynamics of rivalry and cooperation become profoundly clear. This knowledge empowers us to look beyond headlines, anticipate crucial shifts, and engage more effectively with a region vital to global stability.
The Middle East isn't merely a stage for chaos. It's a complex global chessboard. Understanding its key players is your ultimate advantage. If this breakdown illuminated your perspective, like this video, share it with those who seek deeper understanding.
And subscribe for more insights into the dynamic forces shaping our world.
The journey to true understanding begins now.